Did you know that Samson is actually one of the greatest heroes in the Bible? He's not a villain. Many people talk about his failings with Delilah, but the Bible says he's a hero. Hi, my name's Andrew. This is Faith Boost, and I'm here to boost your faith with ancient secrets that are still working in the modern world. Well, I hope today's message encourages you, because I'm talking about Samson today. I started this last podcast just talking about Samson, how he was born out of tragedy. He was born out of darkness. He was born out of oppression. He was born out of depression. His mum would have been depressed many times, not able to have children, and boom, along comes Samson. Now, today in popular culture, everyone has probably heard about Samson and Delilah. There was a Welsh singer who was massive back in the day. I don't know how big he is now in Wales. I once went to Wales to watch a rugby game, and I went to McDonald's before the game, and they were playing Tom Jones. I went to the game, and the crowd was singing, why, Delilah? And that's an old Tom Jones song. And, everyone knows about Delilah and Samson, and we can kind of sometimes just view him in the light of that failing with Delilah. But the Bible says Samson is a hero. And I want you to think about this. Samson is a hero. Did he mess up? Yes, he messed up. But I want you to hear these verses. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 32, it says this, what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets. Man, that's a heavy-hitting list right there. I mean, we're looking at Samuel. Like, he wrote 2 books of the Bible, 1st and 2nd Samuel. He basically helped usher in King David's reign, who eventually brought in Solomon's reign. And that was the golden era in Israel's history. Israel has never been as blessed and as prosperous and as successful and as significant as it was under David and Solomon. They were golden years. And Samuel was the prophet that really helped allow that to happen through his prophecy and his preaching and his teaching and his mentoring of David. And we've got David, great king, never beaten in battle, a man after God's own heart. He wrote so many of the Psalms. These are heroes. Jephthah was a hero, Gideon, Barak. But in the midst of these heroes, Samson is mentioned, which means in God's heart and God's mind, Samson is a hero of the Bible. Did he mess up with Delilah? Absolutely. But many people don't realize this, because you can read the story of Samson in the Bible in maybe 10, 15 minutes. And what you don't realize is that those chapters, I think it's 4 chapters of Judges, they actually are 20 years of time. Because the Bible says in Judges 15, verse 20, that Samson judged Israel 20 years in the days of the Philistines. 20 years, Samson was a leader. 20 years, he judged Israel. 20 years, he represented. 20 years, he stood up against a culture which had given in to the Philistines. The people of God had surrendered. They gave up. They're like, you know what? No more. They'd had enough. They had no more fight left in them. And this guy, one man, he was a one-man army, literally. One man defied a whole nation. Not only his nation, but the Philistine nation as well. He stood up to them. And I don't know about you, but I've always respected the man who will stand up on his own, the individual. I hate gangs. I hate people who operate in gangs. I hate people who try and act tough when they've got a couple of friends with them. But I've always respected that guy on his own. He'll stand up for what's right and do the right thing, even when the odds are against him. That's a true hero. And Samson was that guy. He never had anyone helping him. He was always alone. This is hardcore stuff. The Bible says on one occasion, he killed literally 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of a donkey on his own. There was no backup. It's not like he had 1,000 guys behind him saying, look, if you get tired, bro, we got your back. We got you covered. He's just like one dude, a jawbone of a donkey, and he's just like smashing Philistines, just smashing them with this jawbone, and he wins. This guy was a legend. Did he mess up? Yeah, he messed up later in his life. But the good news for you and I is this, that sometimes you might have messed up, I might have messed up. God can forgive, God can wash clean, and God can allow you to go again. I want to encourage you today, go again. Get back on that horse. Do what God's called you to do. You might have failed. You might have done something. You might not have done something. but the Lord is with you and he still loves you just like he kept loving Samson.